Today I'm working on a 2013 Audi Allroad. Just making a quick video talking about something that I see pretty common when people try to replace the upper control arms themselves. Just making the video because you see this really often, and something that's super easy to avoid. The upper control arms, typically they're replaced on the later model Audi anyways. The earlier ones had a lot of ball joint issues, like on the B5s and B6s, you would see the ball joints fail. On these later ones, you don't see it nearly as often. Typically, the bushings fail well before the ball joints. You can see these ones are separated. So a lot of times what will happen is someone will pull both the control arms out and stick the new control arms in, and they'll have these bolts tightened before the arm is indexed properly. So when you set it at ride height, there's a bunch of torque on the rubber of the bushing, and that'll make it prematurely fail. So you'll have the same thing happen again. You'll have to do the whole job again. So the easiest way to avoid this and to get it positioned correctly is to pull your pinch bolt off. These can also fight you and be a real nightmare depending on where you live and if they use a lot of road salt. For us in Michigan, these can be a nightmare, so you have to be careful with these, especially when you have a aluminum spindle upright. So make sure you don't just keep slamming on it with a hammer until the bolt expands. This one was already kind of bent over and screwed up in the past, but if these are in place like this and you pound on it, the end of the bolt will expand, and then you can break the spindle. You can actually crack it right here because you can see there's a slot, and if you pound right here and it gets swollen up. So what you want to do is, I like to try to get them spinning first. Use a stubby impact or whatever you can to get the thing spinning. Even if it breaks, it was going to break anyways, and sometimes the jarring force of an impact will help you get these loose. And spray penetrating oil, impact it, and if that doesn't work, it's still very stuck. A lot of times what you can do is actually warm it slightly. I know it's kind of not a great idea to warm up a cast aluminum part, but if you just use propane, nothing crazy, you don't want to use the big torches on this, but bring a little bit of heat into this and then hit it with a punch and a hammer or a air chisel right through the center. Once you have this warmed up a bit, that usually will get them right out of there. But what I was talking about is what you want to do is just do one arm at a time. So pull the inner bolt off on this arm, leave this one alone, whatever arm is the healthiest. This arm here is holding its position pretty well. You can see this bushing is not in terrible shape. It's actually pretty decent, and this is the way it's supposed to be oriented. This is how it's supposed to be clocked. So if you leave this one alone, you pull the other arm out, you replace the other arm, and then just line up the ball joint with this one. So just make sure one's in place and one still has a healthy bushing. If not, you can see usually witness of where it should be. Like this one, you kind of hold any position, but you can see where it's supposed to be if you look at the bushing pretty well. So just do one at a time. Line it up the height-wise with the other one next to it, and then put the other one on, and then line it up with the one you just did, and then that should be good. So otherwise, it's kind of hard to get to this with the tire in place, and then you'd have to be on the ground on a drive-on hoist. So the whole thing is very difficult. So that's it. Just kind of one at a time, line them up, and you should be good. Thanks for watching.